Now. I had no hiccups this time.
Right.
This time. What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's good, y'all?
What's up?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. This is Blue's House Live. We are live. I am Bluminati. That's Mika. That's Kobe.
What up? What up?
What's good, people?
Like, subscribe, notification bell, share. Do all of that, man. Do all of that. What's up, man? How was y'all that hiatus? We didn't do it Friday, so how was y'all weekend hiatus?
Wasn't bad. Just chilled, yeah, for the most part.
Don't go at the same time or whatever.
I went to the beach. That was it. About it.
I did the same too.
Oh, y'all was out there at the beach, huh? Hitting the, but, you was at Virginia Beach, right?
Uh-huh.
And which one you
Yeah.
went to? Coach Jack?
I was in Daytona.
Oh, snap. Okay, y'all look at y'all being bougie.
Nah, he was out there hot. It was hot out there where
Yeah,
we was. It was cold. We was cold.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Hey, fall.
Yeah, hey, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. But yeah, man. Get into this. What if? What is the episode? What was that? 8?
8.
Yep.
Episode 8.
Episode 8, man. Anybody can go. I've reserved my until the end. I'll let y'all go. Matter of fact, Mika, you go ahead. And go. I'll let you go. Oh, I can't wait to talk about this episode.
Hey, don't judge me, okay? I watched it twice because I was like, what? So I probably up there with the Wakanda episode as probably one of my favorite episodes that I watched so far.
Okay.
I actually had to go back and rewatch the Doctor Strange losing his heart episode because I mean, like I at the ending I didn't understand, and I was like, wait, did I miss something? And so apparently I did, so I had to go back and rewatch that episode to figure out what was going on. But when I like watched it twice, like I liked it. I liked the episode. It was different. The part where I have to say the funniest part to me was when Thanos got like right in half. Like that was hilarious to me.
Okay.
But I like the episode. I mean, I have no issues with it. I'm pretty sure y'all did though.
I got major issues. Did Kobe? What he stepped out for a second.
Yeah.
What? Okay, let me ask you this. Give me your pros and cons of the episode.
I would say one of the cons would probably be like the fight between him and Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, like he's the, end all, and she's supposed to be like the super being, right? But he was able to defeat her. Pros, I guess because it's simple. I just like the episode. I don't have any like really pros about it. Like I liked it, but there was certain aspects where I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
But most of the episode I was like, what? What?
What? It had a lot of shock value. I give it that. I will give it that.
Yeah, that's the most. I mean, like mostly shock value. But yeah.
Okay. Kobe, what you got? What did you think?
I would say that this episode was okay, but I'm still seeing a lot of flaws from this whole series that really reared their ugly head on this episode.
Right.
A lot of the continuity problems is where I'm having issues. Like just all of a sudden out of nowhere, Infinity Stones didn't work. We didn't have them. Now they work again. You know what I'm saying? Just as a complete story, this is terrible, man. Like
It is.
for it to be
Look at me.
individual episodes. That's one thing. As a wraparound story, it's like, come on, this is supposed to be like an anthology type TV show, right?
Mhm.
With a wraparound plot.
Right.
But what's wraparound about this?
To me, the only omnipresent person that's wrapped around should be the watcher.
Right. So, and then you got where, you know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be this all powerful being. You know, if he's above, I guess he would be on the same level as like Celestials, right?
Yeah, maybe a
Yes.
step down, maybe.
Okay,
Small.
so Infinity Stone shouldn't do jack.
Mhm.
That shouldn't matter. It shouldn't have mattered, especially in a fight with, you know what I'm saying? I can understand Ultron being top tier, you know what I'm saying, especially with having all the stones, but it just doesn't make sense as to why he was able to go toe to toe with the Watcher outside the realities as well. It just didn't make any sense to me. Like they tried to, I guess they tried to make this, they're trying to make this Ultron to be like a multiversal big bad, and it doesn't fit to me.
At all.
No, it doesn't fit to me. And then like they had like the symbolism of him being like Galactus, and I'm like, what? Like that didn't make any sense. Like I said, there's just a lot of things about this didn't make any sense, and I feel like it's because they're trying to give fan service and not give a proper story.
Yeah.
And as an individual story, I wouldn't have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have said that this is the most accurate what if that we've seen all season, and I can agree with that. But there are certain things I'm just like, whoa. I mean, I'm not as a fan, I can't just accept that because it doesn't make sense.
That, and you know what? That's probably my issue. This was far and beyond. If this was just a standalone, nothing attached to it, or
It would have been dope.
it's dope. I think they stepped up the symbolism. The artwork, the animation style seemed like they took. It seemed like the same animators, but it seemed like a different animation style for this episode for some reason. I don't know why. I just got that feel. It felt very epic. Like it's a lot of that. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot of pluses to this episode. You know,
Right.
It's a lot of pluses. If you don't understand what they said that they were going to give us,
Right.
you know what I'm saying. And I think Mika,
Yeah.
that's is not understanding what they give. Like coming into it, just watching it, like, damn, this shit was dope. You got Captain Marvel fighting, you know, and stuff like that, and you got Ultron doing what he does. But what people aren't realizing is they gave us a set of rules to set up this whole what if multiversal situation. That's what. And I don't know. Did you watch Loki, Mika?
Parts of it. I never finished it.
See, in Loki, they gave us the rules to the multiverse, or certain aspects, things you have to follow with the multiverse, right?
So what if those rules don't apply?
Then you have to let that be known because, all right, timelines, and this is the confusing thing: timelines or universes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even in this episode, what if Ultron won, right? It was a lot of people left out from the whole Age of Ultron. We didn't get a Scarlet Witch. We didn't get a Quicksilver,
Right.
who played major parts in Ultron even being made. Claw, Black Panther, like all that vibranium, like those are big parts. And I know it's a short episode. I know they couldn't throw everything in there, but
Right.
those are key elements. They gave us a quick. So now we didn't get no Hulk. We didn't get no Tony Stark too much. You know what I'm saying? Other than
Them killing him, and like they've done in every episode.
They've killed him every episode, except for every episode. Dang.
The episode he was in, he died.
remember what another thing too. Vision only exists because Thor brought Vision to life. See, people thought it was just a Mind Stone.
Nope.
Thor brought Vision to life. So even if Ultron would have gotten that body, he wouldn't have been able to bring it on board because it took Thor to bring Vision to life.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it left out a lot of key, and that's all of these what ifs leave out key elements to even making the what if story happen. And that's my issue. Yeah, it's fun to watch. It's an easy watch. Easy, you know what I'm saying? If this was, and that's why I keep saying it's lazy writing, because you're forgetting it's like you're making the fans, these diehard Marvel fans who sit here, watch the shows and be like, oh, that's dope, and know these key things. It's like they forgetting about them. We just gonna give you this story, wash over all the things that make this story important to even have a what if story. You can't have a what if Ultron won without Ultron even getting the Vision body. He just got the Vision body. Nobody was there to stop him. You see what I'm saying? Like we didn't. All of a sudden, he got the Vision body. He nuked the whole world, and only Clint and damn Natasha is alive to stop it. You know what I'm saying? KET Music Official, what's good, bro? What up? What up? What up? So I'm like, nah. Like Ultron is bad dude. You know what I'm saying? But even his motivation in this he wanted peace, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Peace didn't necessarily come from killing everybody. This is the whole Thanos conundrum all over again. You know what I'm saying? Like once you get the Infinity Stones, why even kill her? You got the Infinity Stones.
Right. Why does it even matter?
It don't matter.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Same thing with Thanos. You got the stones. You don't need to do half the population in order for the other half to survive. Just make more whatever.
You can just create. Right. Destroy.
It's lazy. And that's what I mean by it's lazy. Let's now, to get away from that, the way he obtained the rest of the stones.
Right.
That's part of the show. I'm sorry. It made me laugh. I'm sorry.
Thanos, I mean, they've been playing Thanos
for a scrub
this whole series
for free.
Like, what is going on? What he shows up 5 seconds in, cut in half. Come on, man.
Right.
Thanos.
Wait. And this is Thanos with the Infinity Stones, though, too. Right. So
the Mind Stone. Oh my God! Like,
despicable.
It's crazy. What we should have got was Ultron versus Thanos. That should have been not the Captain Marvel versus Ultron,
right?
Which was cool, but cool. But we should have got Thanos versus Ultron. That would have been the fight,
right?
At least then it would have gave me a reason to show that Ultron actually beat Thanos, and it wasn't an easy Mind Stone cut in half situation. That was, come on, man.
Yeah,
that was horrible.
Right.
Yes, it was funny, whatever. Horrible. At the end, it still equaled horrible. Right. Did you get to chuckle? Cool, but this was bad writing. It was bad.
Bad. Right.
This is despicable, man. Come on. Then, okay, let's keep it going.
Okay.
Y'all just gonna rip this whole episode apart. Let's go. Let's do it.
Trust me. Like,
he kicks the stones, kills everybody, so to speak, and he's just sitting there alone.
No purpose.
The Watcher is talking to us, and Ultron hears the Watcher talking to us. What? No, why?
Sure. Breaking the fourth wall, fifth wall.
He broke the fifth wall.
Even the Watcher was like, and Ultron reaches a sense of consciousness. Like, the Watcher didn't even know what the fuck he was saying. He's just talking out the side of his mouth.
Right.
Wait, what did I just say? Oh, who is that talking? Like, no, hold on, man. Come on, man. Slow down. Right. Marvel writers, slow down. Look at what you're doing, man. I know you're just trying to figure out a way to get Ultron to fight Uatu, but it's not that simple, my guy. It is not that simple. Just because you got the stones don't make you this omnipotent, talk to fucking the universe type situation. You know what I'm saying? Why would he even do, like, you know what I'm saying? Reach a sense of consciousness to talk to the Watcher.
Right. It makes no sense.
Just
all of a sudden out of nowhere.
I mean, if we go back to the episode with Doctor Strange, he did the same thing.
This was Doctor Strange. And I'm glad
he has the stone that Doctor Strange has.
But this was Doctor Strange who trained for thousands of years.
Right. True. This is true.
With magic and mysticism, not just
I obtained the Infinity Stones. Now I'm just godlike. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
He had
I
to
mean,
solve 5
this
minutes.
is a what if. Anything can happen.
No. It's not anything can see, and that's the issue. Because we're saying, oh, it's what if anything can happen. It's still, and that's what I mean by it's still a set of rules. It's just
still
what
got
if,
it's still the continuity still has to be
right.
there.
It still
You
has
still
to
have to build up to these certain points, these absolute points. And yeah, they can be tweaked a little bit, but then you have, you know what I'm saying? Then it just becomes a downhill spiral
Right.
whenever you tweak it too much.
If that's the case, you can just throw anything out there and call it a what if.
They have thrown anything out there and called it a what if. We got zombies, for God's sakes.
Right. No, I'm just saying, but in the comics, a what if normally is still grounded in said continuity.
Right.
It's still, these are your characters. This is just a different path they went down.
Right.
This isn't just
Okay.
a different path they went down. This is totally something weird, something out of the blue. You know what I'm saying? And kind of what Kobe's saying, like, these are supposed to just be one-off episodes with the Watcher doing what he does. I kind of figured they probably this last episode we'll get Captain Carter back. We'll probably get Doctor Strange. We still haven't got Gamora yet, neither.
Nope. And we only have one episode
We
left.
only got one episode.
Maybe she's in.
Where's
Maybe
she?
she's at what if.
Is she coming in to avenge Thanos? She wouldn't stand a chance. Don't even do that, Mika. She wouldn't stand a chance.
I know. I'm just saying. I can see her coming in to avenge Thanos.
Oh, no
Will
doubt.
she make it? No.
You see what I'm saying? So,
Right.
And when I say these set of rules, Loki set up these set of rules to where the Infinity Stones don't work outside of said universe.
Right.
That's the real, to me, that's the biggest problem of this episode.
And that's the biggest problem of the entire series, because there's other instances where they use Infinity Stones, like this Time Stone, you know what I'm saying, that Strange Supreme had.
Mhm.
You know, like I said, when you look at Loki was supposed to be main continuity tying into the main MCU, right?
This was the jump off spot. Yeah,
Right.
Jump off.
And they gave us the rules, and then the next series broke them.
Mhm.
So what are we supposed to follow now?
Yeah, that's how I'm looking at too.
We're
Going
gonna
forward.
snatch characters from this to bring to the MCU or the multiverse or whatever, Marvel Cinematic Multiverse. Why are they breaking their own rules?
Right.
That makes no sense. I agree.
Because I'm gonna tell you this: if you get stones, or if you can just go to any universe and get stones, we don't even need to have an MCU no more.
Nope.
It's game over. It's game over. If I can just go pick stones, if I can just go and get a MacGuffin out of anywhere, why even have a MacGuffin?
Why? Exactly. Makes no sense.
You see what I'm saying? Why even have that? Because if that was the case, Kane would have been running shit.
Right.
Kane would have been running shit. Who is JB? Somebody got my who is JB? Let's add JB to the stream and see who this is. JB. They muted whoever it is. Who is JB? I don't know who JB is. I'm gonna remove him until they talk.
Right.
But, I don't even know how they got that. Either way, what I was saying, it's rules that needs to be followed. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's the big issue to me, because going forward now, I like that the multiverse exists, but this shouldn't be something that you just fall back on when you get lazy. And that's, to me, that's what's going on.
Right.
This is laziness at its utmost anything.
And we even said this about the Infinity Stones before. If they didn't work in other realities, how does, and we keep seeing this trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home,
Mhm.
how does Strange have the Time Stone again?
Right.
So obviously it means it comes from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It comes from somewhere. So it doesn't make sense, man. As to, like I said, they keep breaking their own rules.
Yep.
And then we're supposed to just let it slide. And I'm not cool with that.
I mean, that's how I feel. I know Mika like, nah, this episode was dope. I don't know what y'all talking about.
See, I like I said,
Okay, so come. I mean, I guess because apparently I don't know the rules. So I mean that, but again, I mean I'm a Marvel fan, but I'm not like die hard Marvel fan. Like I get it. I get that there's a certain rule. There are certain rules that the MCU is supposed to be following, and I guess for me, what if is to hell with the rules, but. I mean, if there's supposed to be a certain set of rules that they're supposed to be following and they're not following their own rules, then yeah, that's why it wouldn't make sense to anybody who is a diehard, Marvel fan.
I don't think you have to be diehard if you just, like you said, you say, you didn't know the rules, but because you didn't watch Loki, like you said, you watched some, but you didn't watch, what I'm saying, Loki.
Right. Or even Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's set up.
They established this in those shows. And even said that at first it was no, they don't have anything to do with the continuity of the MCU. And then took a step back and said, oh, yes, but they do.
They do.
Okay.
Right. So if the people are saying, okay, these are the rules or this is what's going on, you know what I'm saying? And then they come out with what if. And I agree. What if is let's just see what we can do.
Right.
But it's not let's just see what we can do because this has something to do with the future of phase 4 going forward. You see what I'm saying? No matter what, this has something to do with it. They're not bringing this story isn't being told just to hold you over until Hawkeye comes out.
Right.
This has something to do. You know what I'm saying? Or they wouldn't have set up Loki that way. They wouldn't have set up Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Hell, Scarlet Witch. They wouldn't have set those shows up the way they set them up to tell certain storylines and stuff like that, and show us how the Infinity Gems and these Infinity Stones work.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That said, oh, they don't work outside of the universe. Okay, then Ultron shouldn't be able to do what he did going through
at all.
He went through damn near 15 universes. Turned into damn near Galactus in one of them. Like, nah,
right.
He shouldn't even be able to do that.
Shouldn't even been able to do that.
You know what I'm saying?
That's outside of his realm and his power set anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It really is. I mean, but all in all, as a one-off episode, it was a good episode.
Right.
It's up there. Yeah, I give it. It's up there. It's up there. It just failed in conveying the overall story of the series, and that's what it is.
Right.
It's not conveying the overall story. If I watched these every month, they just did a what if, like a one-shot what if, they'll be dope. Like if let's say you go to the movies and you watch, what's the next movie coming up?
Eternals.
And then when you buy the DVD, it comes with the what if episode or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That would be interesting.
That would be dope. Would okay. Shit, it ain't really got nothing. Kind of like when they did the Marvel one shots. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Something like that. Didn't have nothing necessarily to do with the movie, but we just took a character, fleshed them out a little bit more, and that was it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But this is no. Nope. You ain't finna trick me, man.
Right.
That's what they trying to do. They trying to get you, Mika. Don't let them get you. Lateral Music Official said they like this club. They got to run for now, but I'll be sure to tune in whenever I can. Interesting debate, though. Okay, appreciate it, Collateral Music Official.
Thank you.
Let me see what XR said. I had brought this up. He said, what if it's trash for normies? I'm not impressed by it. Same with Star Wars Visions. It's ridiculous. The lack of creativity and talent by Disney writers is shown time again. I can't get it. I can't get hype it. I don't know. I don't know what I can't get with it. I'm saying. I guess I don't know.
Can't get the hype with it. I get you. Must be what he's trying to say.
Yeah. Look, man. XR, I agree, bro.
I haven't watched Visions yet, but I can only imagine.
So, kind of agree with XR on that one, man. His next comment, I ain't gonna get into it, man.
What?
Oh, you got chill, bro. You got chill.
Right.
I'm gonna read it anyway. He said, "I heard Venom 2 was as bad as Venom 1. The only good thing there was the post credit scene. Also, they made Eddie Brock a LGBTQ SF. XR, you got chill, bro. You got
Right. Got to, man. Like,
stop, man.
you heard. We ain't even seen this movie yet. Everything I've heard about it said it. Everybody said it was great.
I've heard mixed. I ain't gonna lie. I've heard mixed reviews. Normally, the mixed reviews who come from the people who didn't like the original one.
Right.
I don't know what to tell you, bro. But chill, just chill, man.
Right.
Chill on that. We got to chill on that, man.
We done with what if?
Yeah, I'm moving on. I'm with that. Do y'all have anything else y'all want to say about
Nope. I'm waiting on episode 9, so we
so we can get it over with. Just get it over with.
No, we're good. Thanks.
Yep.
Okay, so I want to talk about HBO Max day and date releases. The CEO, Michael Keelar, came out and said, what did he say? Basically, he said that he rushed it.
The
decision to do that. And I want to know, what do y'all think about? Do y'all think it was a good idea from the beginning? Let's start there. Do you think, especially with how the pandemic was going, because HBO Max wasn't the only people to do this, you know what I'm saying? They just caught the flack at first. But do you think it was a good decision, bad decision? What do you think?
I think they left a lot of money on the table.
Okay, so you think
with some of these releases that they had, like Mortal Kombat, just as an example, they left a lot of money on the table because Warner Brothers is cashing in with Mortal Kombat right now. They would have cashed in the theaters too. I feel like they really gonna shoot themselves in the foot with Matrix 4. That's gonna be the one that's really going. That Kong or Godzilla versus Kong, they left a lot of money on the table with that too. A lot.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like they kind of screwed themselves because even with all the pandemic stuff going on, people are still going to the film. They're still going to watch films.
They are.
Yeah.
My pushback on that is, I do agree. Yeah, they left a lot of, but it also made them eat up a lot of money. A lot of, especially with their tentpole projects, Godzilla versus Kong, they couldn't sit on that no more because Legendary, all the money that Legendary put in, that interest, I'm pretty sure they were getting charged interest, you know what I'm saying, on top of that stuff. Like, so a lot of these movies, other production companies coming in to help fund these movies, interest starts occurring. So
right.
Interest going, this movie was supposed to come out a year ago, yada, yada, yada. I can't wait.
Right.
I need HBO Max to jump off. I need subscribers for that. And I think that's what they looked at. How can I kill two birds with one stone?
I feel that.
I can get some HBO Max subscribers with this. Boom, in theaters. And you got to think that first half of the year, theaters wasn't open really. Right?
True. This is true.
Now, where they shot themselves in the foot was them saying we're going to do our whole slate of 2021 movies. Maybe they should have said 6 months worth or first half of 2021, stuff like that. Maybe they should have did that. That way they could have gauged, okay, pandemic's dying down, theaters open up. You know what? Come May, June, July, everything going back in the theaters. Because look at Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi ate the theaters up for 3 weeks straight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There isn't a reason why Suicide Squad couldn't do it. There isn't a reason why, like you said,
I feel like Suicide Squad would have busted it, man. That would have been the movie of the year.
I think so.
Yeah. I agree.
So I think that they shot themselves in the foot that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How you feel, Mika? You would have.
I mean, honestly, I'm an at-home person anyway. I'm a homebody. So if I don't have to go to the movie theater to go and see a movie, I'll pay the little $20. I mean, I used to have HBO Max because I'm getting HBO Max back, but if I can watch it at home, I'm not going to nobody's movie theater. Like that's not going. So yeah, but yes, they did shoot themselves in the foot because like Kobe said, they left money on the table. You know what I'm saying? So, they like, I think along the lines that they should have, hey, we're going to do this for 6 months and then all of our movies are going back to the theater and then we'll leave them there for about a month or so. And then we offer them on HBO Max for you to watch. I mean, for me as a homebody, I can wait. Go ahead. Everybody run to the theaters. I'll wait the little couple of months or a couple of weeks or whatever the case may be until it shows up on demand or it shows up on HBO Max. I have no issue with it. But yes, I would say that they did shoot themselves in the foot with this one because y'all missing out on good money. Suicide Squad would have killed in the theaters because I liked it.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I agree. I think it would have killed in theaters. And yeah, they, like I said, that first half, I could see the first half of the year them doing Now, I probably would have done it a different way, maybe because right now they're experimenting with the actual theatrical release window, 30 to 45 days in theaters, and then it goes to streaming or video on demand or whatever. I think that they should have tried to come up with that situation. To me, that would have been my first choice.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Go to theaters, get it out of theaters as quick. How can I get it out of theaters as quick as possible? Right? I'm going to give you the month. Boom. I make that month. Me and the theaters make money for that month, and then it comes back to me, and then I get the rest of the money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? On my streaming service or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We can look at Disney's plan, the Disney Plus plan. I think they shot themselves. I don't even really know how that works. You pay your $30. Do you get that is it just for the day, an hour till you finish the movie's over with?
Nope.
What is it?
So, because I've done it twice. No, actually, I've done it 3 times now. I did it for Cruella, and I did it for 2 other movies that came out. So basically, you pay for the movie. You pay the $30. I think the first movie I paid for was $20. Then they upped the price to $30. Okay. So you pay $30 and you keep the movie. Like, it's yours to watch on Disney Plus as many times as you want. I watched Cruella 30 times. So it's not like Amazon or Vudu where you only get it for 72 hours and then you got to buy it again in order to watch it again.
Right.
You do it on Disney Plus. The movie is yours and you keep it all the way up until it releases to be free.
Wow.
I didn't even know that.
That's a lot of money being left. You talking money being left on the table.
That's money left on the table.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically like sending it straight to DVD.
Yeah. And giving you a DVD.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I see why people are pissed off at Disney right now as far as their contracts. I see it makes a lot of sense now.
Yes. Yeah.
Because none of that goes to them. That goes straight in Disney's pocket.
Exactly.
Wow.
That's crazy. You
insane.
get it until it comes, because I know it leaves from Disney Plus. Do you still keep it after it leaves?
I mean, I never on my Disney Plus, Cruella has never disappeared. Me and my daughter and I watched that movie until it was like it'll be free for everyone on such and such date. But you pay the $30 and you keep it. Like, you could watch it as many times as you want. We watched it over and over. It never disappeared from my Disney Plus. And then one day it was like everybody can watch it on Disney Plus now.
Yeah, because I think Jungle Cruise is next week or the week after next.
I'm not paying for that. That's what I'm not going to pay for. That's what I'm saying. I waited till that one became free. I was not paying for that.
That's wild, man.
That is wild. That's wow.
I can't remember the other movie I did, but I've done it twice now, and the movie doesn't go away. It sits there. You can watch it as many times as you want until it becomes free for everybody else.
That's how they got around the revenue numbers. That's exactly how they counted it as a DVD sale or, like, you know what I'm saying, or a home video sale.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they got around that. Wow, that's slick.
Wow.
Oh man, that's slick.
but that hurt. That's gotta hurt. Because if I'm giving you, it's in theaters, and tell theaters a ticket might be 15, but you're gonna end up paying like $40, $50. That's so low. If you're taking a family, it can get up to like 100.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I see why theaters are mad then. Like,
oh yeah, I see why the artists are mad.
Artists, I see why she's suing Disney. ScarJo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give my girl her money, man. Y'all out here just giving away free movies.
Y'all catching? No, they catching the lick. Like,
But they
like,
for her, she like shit.
yeah,
Over and over again. They could be going to the theater over and over again.
In her defense, I didn't buy that movie.
I feel you. And that's the thing. Like, I would think that would hurt them because of people pirating the film.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
This
I guess they gotta pay $30 to steal it, huh?
If I pay $30 to steal it and then go sit outside of Walmart and say, "Hey, I got that new Black Widow,"
right?
I'll take my $30 back within a week or so.
I mean, shit, you gotta make it back selling 2 DVDs, right? Yeah.
So, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
The situation that these theaters are in right now, especially with them not being able to show movies in China because China want to act like a whole asshole right now. Do you see them keeping this plan with the streaming? I don't think. I think the day and date situation will go out of the way. I think we will get it go strictly in the theaters, but I don't think it'll stay in theaters as long as it, because it used to do three to 6 months in theaters,
right?
Which is a long ass time. I didn't know movies stayed in, but they stayed for a while.
So I mean, if we really think about it, before COVID, like if a movie bombed,
right?
How fast did it end up on streaming services? I mean, not like HBO Max or anything like that. I'm talking about like you got to pay $5 to rent this movie. Like how? I mean, this process has been done before. If it's a good movie, yes, it's gonna sit there for months before we even get it on a streaming service. But let that movie bomb. That mug will be on Vudu and Amazon Prime within 3 weeks.
With a quickness, you're exactly right.
They're like, you could watch this movie now. And you're like, didn't that movie just come out?
Right. No, Mika, I agree with you. Like, if it is a bad movie, I cut bait. I agree. But if it's a temp, like I tell you this, Suicide Squad wouldn't have went straight to. They would have pushed. They would have added some extra ad revenue to that some kind of way. Pushed it as much as they can. Especially, it was a summer movie too. This wasn't, what I'm saying, let's just throw this out during the fall or something. This was a big summer blockbuster film. A+ actors, you know what I'm saying? Top of the line CG, you know what I'm saying? Like, this should have been the movie.
Yep.
Right.
And they talking about it like it didn't make nothing. And I'm like, no, it did something. Like, people talked about it for couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? So it should have had enough steam under it to make half a billion.
Give us the director's cut in the movie.
That's
like, give us the director's cut.
my next topic.
Look, segue.
That's my next topic. If y'all are done, are y'all done?
I'm good with it. Yeah, I'm good with it.
Yeah, I'm good with it too.
Uh-oh. That's your
plug.
Right. That's right. Plug it. Right. But I saw this earlier about a lot of people are getting mad about people, certain directors wanting a director's cut. What we got, the Ayer cut, we just had the Snyder cut, stuff. And my thing is, we've always had director cuts, right? We've always had director, because it was like the deluxe version of a CD.
Yep.
I'm gonna add an extra 2 songs to it, you know what I'm saying? Change the cover art and give you a deluxe version of an album.
That's just marketing.
Jay-Z got us.
Right. But now in how I look at it, because a lot of people, why do they want to do that? I look at Kanye, I look at Drake. They come out with albums, especially these last two albums, and it's either unfinished or they tool it and they critique it after its release date.
Mm-hmm.
There's 4 versions of Donda since its release. 4. Producer's cut, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Drake,
super producer cut.
Drake has changed his album. And I said, okay, it seems like right now we're getting living, breathing art, right? And it'll die down. Like, okay, I've made enough changes to this album or whatever. This is the final product. I'm done with it. I'm on to the next. I think producers or directors or whatever, yeah, let them go ahead. If they got a little bit more footage, or if they saw, you know what I'm saying, after the studios butchered my cut, because that's what normally happens. You know, the studio butchers my cut. We give them the studio cut. You come back to me, because the director's cut really isn't a director's cut. It's just, hey man, we know you got a little bit more extra film. Go ahead, throw it in there. But it's still not that director's vision. You know what I'm saying? So why not let a director go ahead and give us their vision? Now, I don't think we need a Snyder cut, a 6-hour long, you know what I'm saying? We don't necessarily need that from every director or whatever, but I think you should let a director play around a little bit and say, hey, look, yes, I was involved in that movie, but it wasn't necessarily my vision. Let me give y'all my vision. And I think a studio should get behind. I think this is something studios might want to look at and say, hey, man, maybe we need to get behind this trend of letting these directors, you know what I'm saying, give out their cut. Here goes 60. Now, granted, we in a pandemic, you know what I'm saying, just nobody's going to theaters, but I think Snyder Cut, I think it probably made its money back. If not more than, because them Snyder people, the Snyder writers didn't play no games.
They're relentless. They were relentless about that.
If they did an air cut, I think it'll work.
I think it already. I'm pretty sure I read an article about it. It'll be out in 2022. They're going to actually release it. So here's the thing, man. I feel like that depends on the studio of how much of a director's cut we get.
Right.
Warner Brothers is one of those ones. You got people like Walter Hamada who puts their hands in everything.
Yep.
And I mean everything. And you got Disney, Marvel, where they want Kevin Feige to touch everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like these big studios, that's them kind of hedging their bet. This is what, it's our money. This is what we're, you know what I'm saying? We give you your freedom, but we're going to chop it up at the end, you know what I'm saying? And give what we think people are going to pay to watch.
Right.
So, like I said, I like director's cuts on certain things, but I don't think, you know what I'm saying, we'll ever really see a true director's cut, like you said.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll ever happen. I feel like even the Snyder cut wasn't even the real full Snyder cut. You know what I'm saying? It was, you filmed all this, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot more bloatware we can add in there and get people involved for 2 hours longer than what they would have been for the normal film.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that's exactly what that was.
No, because it was you know, he filmed a lot of that at his crib, you know what I'm saying? It was like guerrilla filming, you know what I'm saying? Him and Carlos need to hook up, but
yeah.
I totally agree with you, because I think what did they give him? I think they gave him like 90 million to finish it or something like that. Is that what it is? Like 90 million? I don't know. I don't even know where that money went or whatever, because he said he had majority of the footage already, other than the Joker and Batman scene that he filmed. Maybe it went to some of the editors to you know what I'm saying, cut the movie and stuff like that. But I think you're absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? You can get Nolan. Nolan might have a Dark Knight cut that he might, you know what I'm saying, probably could put together. Air, you know what I'm saying, with the Suicide Squad. I can't get my, I don't know why this is tripping. I can't get my picture to come up. But I agree with you, man. Certain directors, I think you can do that with. Not every director. Every director doesn't deserve
No.
cut to even have their name mentioned next to the great Zack Snyder and his cut.
Why you say it like that?
The great Zack, man. Look, it's the phenomenon of Zack Snyder, man. I mean, I'm a fan of Zack Snyder, but I didn't really get into the mythos until this thing happened within the past year and a half, right? For the people to go crazy the way they did over this, this is brand new. For the fans to just go crazy, this is something brand new. How many other movies that were trash deserve a cut? You know what I'm saying? The Snyder cut, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Think of how many
The original Suicide Squad.
right. And that's air cut. So
The haircut, yeah.
haircut, that would be crazy. You know,
Because the cut they gave us was no, they need to go back.
That was the studio's fault. That was Warner Brothers. That was their fault.
right?
Big time.
No, they messed it up. I'm pretty sure Jared Leto, and you know what I'm saying, a lot of people talked bad about Jared Leto's Joker. I thought it made sense for what we got
For that movie.
for the movie.
Yeah.
Going
Me too.
forward. I thought it made sense. A lot of people was like, oh, that's not. I was like, because a lot of people don't understand how Joker's changed over the years from his first Joker, you know what I'm saying, to what we have now.
Mhm.
So it's like 4 different types of Jokers you can have. It's always a different Joker for every era of Batman. When they rewrite a Batman story, reboot it or whatever, it's always a new iteration of Joker. How they, you know what I'm saying, come up with them. So I just same way we get Batman. Why we can't have a different Joker? You know what I'm saying? Every Joker, we know. Yes, Heath Ledger was dope, but I'm gonna tell you this: not taking nothing away from Heath Ledger, but if Heath Ledger was still alive, how big would his Joker have been if he wouldn't have passed? It's kind of like Tupac to me.
Right.
Right.
Would Tupac be if he wouldn't have passed? Because a lot of
Right.
people weren't fucking with Tupac. They say that. Oh man, I was like, yeah, you sure? Because Tupac didn't have a platinum plaque.
Until after he was dead.
You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's like, oh, you fuck with Tupac, huh? Really? Because I think Tupac could say otherwise, because he ain't got no plaques hanging up until he died. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that.
The
So
anonymity part.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And plus, most people like the Pac that was Thug Life instead of knowing about the conscious Pac.
Conscious Pac. They didn't like Brenda had a baby Pac. You know what I'm
Right. They didn't like. You're right. They didn't like Brenda had a baby Pac.
saying? So,
Digital Underground Pac.
Right.
And when I get into that discussion, I'm like, nah, you don't like
You didn't. You like the anonymity. Right.
you like the Bro Pac, you like Thug Life Pac, but
Right.
man, oh, maybe you hopped in with Me Against the World, but you didn't like Pac when he first came out. I don't want to
Right.
act like
Right.
you know what I'm saying. You went back and visited Pac's old shit, but you ain't like, you know what I'm saying. So,
Right.
but that's the same way I feel about Heath, you know what I'm saying, because yes, his Joker was dope, but it was a whole different. I mean, if anything, this Joker, Heath Ledger. I'm mixing them up. Heath Ledger's Joker was the one that was totally opposite of any other Joker that we got. You know what I'm saying? If you talking whether it was cartoons or comic book, his was totally different. You know what I'm saying? Jared Leto's to me was more on point to like the old school gangster Joker that you know what I'm saying that we get.
Right.
Give me the air cut. Like release the air cut. DC, Warner Brothers, or whatever y'all doing. Go ahead, give me that. Go ahead, give me that. That's how I feel. Yeah. Do we got? Let's see what we got in the chats. Is this JB? Is JB one of your people, Mika?
Yes.
Your face twitched up. You're like, I think I sent out the wrong link. Is that what it
I
was?
did. That was my fault. My bad.
I've done that before. You know what I'm saying? JB says Disney gets paid on the same movie twice per. Is that every purchase or?
Probably. for every purchase.
For
For every purchase.
For every purchase, yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, that's Disney's racking up. Disney's racking up. Disney's racking up. XR says Disney is an evil monopoly corporation. They won't give her her money she deserves.
We know that.
Yeah, nah. They do need to honor their contract. That's the thing. Like, I do think it's two sides to the story, but at the end of the day, if they had a contract, they need to honor that contract.
Right.
Get what Disney trying to say, hey, look, it's a pandemic. I can only offer you this. And at the end of the day, really, Disney, you own the bank. So you can give her what she, you know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure she probably was like, you know what, you're right, it's a pandemic, here's my number, and they probably didn't even meet that number. You know what I'm saying? That's probably what happened and why she is suing, because I don't see an actor would want to cut ties with Disney. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is they can't lose. You know what I'm saying? Even when they flop, they can't lose. Look at What If. You know what I'm saying? We get on here every Wednesday and talk about What If. They can't lose. They can't lose. So
Look at Captain Marvel.
They don't get their views.
The one that they call a loss. Captain Marvel is not a loss.
Yeah, they call a $1 billion movie. They call that a loss.
Right. And they call it a loss because people talk shit about it and didn't praise it.
And didn't
that
praise
was a loss to them.
So that's
trash.
Yeah, but I like Captain Marvel myself.
I like Captain Marvel too. So for them to even think that was a loss, what?
Yeah. What'd you say, Kobe?
I didn't understand why it caught the heat that it caught.
Because of what she said. She said something which everybody blew out of proportion. You know, we on the whole
cancel culture.
People feeling attacked. A lot of men felt like she was, a lot of men don't want to see women and said, or it seems like, let me not say that they don't want to see, but it seems the narrative is being pushed is a lot of men don't want to see female leads, right? We've had some pretty dope female leads. I think Brie Larson does her. Could we have got a more comic book accurate Captain Marvel?
Yes.
Is Brie Larson bad? No. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, she came, she did her job. I don't see the issue. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to her portraying now, the story wrapped around it, could Captain Marvel have been a better story? Yeah, it could have been a better story. But what movie that's critiquable can't have a better story?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Every movie can have a better story. I don't think there's no
movie is perfect, right?
You know what I'm saying? So I don't. It's just it's just easy to hate now. It's easy to push a hateful message, and it, like you said, cancel culture, man. So, what XR says. Whoa, hold on. XR says, I support China. Disney wants to push soy boy feminine mentality on everyone. I hope they lose a lot of money. XR, which one is it, man? I thought you didn't support China. Which one, dog?
Right.
Which one? Okay, JB came back and said early purchase.
Okay.
XR said they gave $70 million to finish the Snyder cut. So 70, 90, the 20 million don't matter.
If it's over 50 million, it's all the same. You're right.
See? The Joker changed about 4 times in the comics. Yeah, exactly.
All facts.
You know what I'm saying? We've got like 4 or 5 Jokers throughout the history of Batman in the comics. So what's wrong with Jared Leto's iteration of how he wanted to do it? You know what
that should have been a nice 21st century Joker.
And they should have pushed it. This should have been a big push. You got Jared Leto, Oscar-winning Jared Leto, and you gave him 5 minutes in the Suicide Squad movie?
Mad about that still.
He was coming off an Oscar.
Right.
Then you gave him 5 minutes.
Tragic.
The last Disney stuff I watched was The Mandalorian season 2 and Loki. Yeah, Mandalorian. Did you watch that, Mika? You in the Star Wars? I meant to ask you that.
No, I'm not into Star Wars.
We want to see well-written female leads. Okay. I mean, I think everybody wants to see well-written female leads, but don't bash the movie before they come.
Right.
That's what happens.
Right.
Right. you destroyed the movie before. So then you take the it's like you take the expectation, you bring them, or you heighten them. So when it doesn't reach that expectation,
Right.
now you're like, oh, this was a trash movie.
Which it wasn't, and normally at times it wasn't a trash movie. Like you said, the expectation was too high.
Mm-hmm. If you replaced Captain Marvel with a dude, that movie you would have been like, oh, this is a great movie. Like if you switched that and took out the one or two things that was quote unquote man bashy or whatever, everybody would have been like, oh, this is the best movie since sliced bread.
That's exactly right. I can't deny that at all.
It was everybody.
That's all.
Oh, I love this movie. Oh, the Nirvana soundtrack rocks, bro. Like, come on, whatever. Smash and pump, Brie Larson said something about not wanting 40-year-old white dudes to tell her what to think about A Wrinkle in Time, and she wanted more. What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that?
I do remember that quote. She was being interviewed about A Wrinkle in Time, and she said 40-year-old white dudes wouldn't understand A Wrinkle in Time because it wasn't written for you. Yeah, it wasn't. I wouldn't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't written for you, dog.
Right.
You don't understand it. So how you gonna tell me about some shit that wasn't written for you?
Right.
So yeah, I get it, and there should be more. I agree. It should be more diversity in media. But every story, the pushback on that, every show, every story, every movie, every TV show, whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Right. It
gotta
doesn't
be switched.
Diverse.
Right.
Everything doesn't have to be diverse.
Right. Like I give you a good example, and I saw this the other day, and I was like, that don't make any sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know this or not, but there's a remake of The Wonder Years.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I already watched the first episode.
What? Okay, so The Wonder Years race swapped.
Yep.
And I was like, wait a minute. Why?
You know what? Let me go first.
Okay.
I don't mind the race swap. Okay, you want to tell a Wonder Years story? Because if we take the Wonder Years and look at it like an anthology series, even though that's not how it started off, but let's say that's the direction they're trying to go now.
Okay.
Black family. But why? But I think we should have did a Black family, maybe 1990s. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Why? Because it's in the 60s, right?
Yeah.
It takes place during the same era as the first show. Mm-hmm.
Now I'm saying that. Why for that? Because we got the teen angst story. You know what I'm saying with the first one. I mean, granted, it's a Black family and it's a little bit different.
Right.
Understood, but it's still, preteen boy growing up in the 60s. And now doing it because the only reason to me why they did it is because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot of social awareness when it comes to Martin Luther King and all of that stuff that happened. Cool, I get it, but to me that's been hammered and is dead. Like we keep beating that dead. Like come on, man, it's time to move on and give us some new stuff. You went from slavery to now we're gonna beat the shit out of the civil rights era. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's keep it moving. We got more stories to tell than those. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I look at it. Cool. You want to give me the Wonder Years Black family? Next, you can do a Spanish family. You can do an Asian. I'm cool with all that. You know what I'm saying? But give me you don't have to give me something different. Give me something different than having them grow up in the 60s, 70s. You know what I'm saying? Give me something different. That's all I'm saying.
I guess my real beef, what I'm saying is I get where you're coming from, but I still don't understand why it had to be the Wonder Years. The Wonder Years is something that has been done.
Mm-hmm.
It's retired. It's
right.
over. Why did they feel that they needed to just swap race and then call it the same thing when it's not?
It's not. Yep.
It's not. And also, it can't even stand on its own because when I think the Wonder Years, okay, I think Fred Savage. I think, you know what I'm saying? That's automatically what comes to mind. And then I pop this on and it's like, that's not what this is.
Right.
You're trying to trick people with the name drop and the clout chase and all that shit. And that's where I have a problem.
That's that tokenism that we talked about.
That's where I have the problem.
That's that
tokenism.
token.
We're gonna have this show Call it something different.
Mhm.
Why did it have to be something that's already established that people already know? Call it something different.
Yeah.
There was nothing wonderful about that time for Black people.
Right. So
it
that's
It,
just,
it wasn't. It wasn't.
you
the
know,
best time.
was not the Wonder Years, okay?
right. So that's where I have a problem with it. Just
But that's what I'm saying. If put like to me, give me something 90s, 2000-ish. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I think 2000, right? You know what I'm saying? That Y2K era, that would have been to me the perfect time for a Black Wonder Year, so to speak.
right.
I
Yeah.
think that would have been dope. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in that time, internet just now popping off. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Give me
Mhm.
that would have been dope. That's the dope Wonder Years. You know what I'm saying?
The clothes, the
Right.
hair, the music. I mean,
Man,
they had
all
a
of
chance to revamp this.
all of that. That's the Wonder Years I would have watched, because Wonder Years came out. What was that? Was it 80s? Late 80s?
Yeah,
Early
somewhere
90s?
around in there.
So
Late 80s, early 90s.
right. So what? 20 years removed. If we go 20 years removed now, yeah, that'd be 2000s. So to me, you keep that same energy. You know what I'm saying? 20 years removed, go back to 2000, early 2000, stuff like that. Let's talk about that, because the people who these kids don't care about the 60s. They really don't.
Nope.
That's
That's
60s.
100 years ago to them.
Right, that's ancient history.
Right.
I mean,
It's
everybody hates Chris. It would have been like, it's like watching Everybody Hates Chris, except that would be like a comedy version of the Wonder Years. Like, you know.
See, and that's what I feel like. That's what Chris Rock wrote, though.
Right.
He wrote a Black version of the Wonder Years and
He
put
did.
himself as the
There-
star. That's
there it
exactly
is.
what that show was.
Right.
That's exactly what that show was.
Right.
And it worked, but it wasn't called the Wonder Years. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And that's why I feel like it worked. But
Let me.
you try to shoehorn this shit in and say, "Oh, well, this is the Wonder Years, but it's race swap."
From a Black perspective.
Right. It's not even the same thing. Like,
Do you think it? Do you think it'll work? Do you think this will continue on multiple seasons like the original?
Nah.
Wonder Years?
I don't think
They're
so.
gonna get one season, and they probably won't even make it halfway through this season. It's probably gonna end up getting canceled. So, I mean, enjoy it while you can.
But to me, that's the waste. It's a waste, because every actor in that pretty good actors, especially the dude from Scrubs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Face on.
Nah, not Scrubs.
He talking about Psych.
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, Dule.
Yeah.
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 So now this is gonna be a blemish on his, you know what I'm saying, his resume. Going forward, it's gonna be like a blemish on his resume.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. Yeah. I can see
that's
that.
how you know what I'm saying. When it comes to us making shows for us, if that show don't work, we might not work anymore. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
True. That's true.
That's
maybe-
It's true. It's true.
Sad but true. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
sad but
So,
true.
Ain't you the dude from the Wonder Years?
that how long did that last? You know, you don't want to be the butt of that joke.
2 episodes.
You know what I'm saying? XR says, what do you think about a female James Bond?
We already had this
We
conversation.
talked about that last. Yeah, we talked about that.
I personally think that shit might be actually be dope. Personally, you know what I'm saying? Just because if you look at how Bond works, right?
Mhm.
He's all about espionage. He's all about, you know what I'm saying, getting in, getting close. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a woman being able to, and most of the villains are men.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like that
You
that could be worked.
But you can't dumb her down.
Oh no, not at
no,
all,
no,
not
no.
at all.
Don't
I'm
water-
talking.
And when I say dumb her down, don't water what she does to get the job done down.
Oh no, yeah, right.
Because Bond did anything to get the job done, and that's what I'm saying. Like, she should have that same. We should allow her the same sexual promiscuity that Bond had. You know what I'm saying? So
That's the only way to make it equal.
equal, right? You know what I'm saying? I heard that same favor. JB says, keep in mind the original Wonder Years stopped airing 28 years ago, so there's a completely new audience ABC can profit from.
See, I feel that, I feel that.
But they're not going to be interested in it. They're not. They're like, the 60s? The 60s? Talk to me about. I have my cell phone. I don't need to know nothing about the 60s.
And JB is right.
He is. He's 100. That's why they did it. That's why they call it this.
Right.
The same thing. That's exactly why they did it that way.
Because they're catering to people like us, our generation, who grew up watching the Wonder Years, and grandma who's sitting in the retirement home, who's gonna be like, oh, the Wonder Years, and then she's gonna turn it on and be like, this ain't what I'm used to watching.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even because we'll check out an episode or maybe two, and then we'll be like, this ain't what, like you said, this ain't what the Wonder Years is.
Exactly.
Okay. You go after a new audience, and like we said, they don't give a damn about the 60s. That's ancient history. Right. That could be, that's dinosaur bones to them. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, they ain't have cell phones. No. What is he talking on
Twitter?
Right. What is that they're talking on?
Like, my homeboy said that his daughter didn't even know what a house phone was.
A lot of them don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I just don't.
But these kids on dial-up internet and tell me about, you know what I'm saying? Right. Come on, bro. Right.
Not being able to while on the computer. What are you talking about? Like,
man, these kids
I can't talk on the phone while I'm on the computer.
Right.
How does that work?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Let me see. JB also says, like A Wrinkle in Time, this remake of the Wonder Years may not be for us. Agreed.
Right.
It's not. But I don't.
I will personally want to know who it's for. That's what
I want to.
I want to know who it's for. Like,
because it ain't for the next generation. Because they don't give a damn.
That should fall into obscurity somewhere. Because I don't know who that shit would be for at all.
Yep. I mean, granted, like I said, I watched the first episode. I was just like, okay, it might work for a couple of more episodes, depending on how they go, go forward with it. But again, I'm like, Kobe, I want to know who they made this for, because they didn't make it for this generation coming up. They don't care.
They damn sure don't care about that.
He also says, like, the multiple remakes of cartoons we had as children, they aren't made for our age demographic.
Okay.
True.
With that, when you have that,
they
also dumb them down.
Right.
True.
The animation gets worse.
It's worse.
It's kind of like a parody of the original cartoon.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's a parody every time. So, and that's the case. That should be them telling you, hey, I feel what you like, but the younger generation is not going to get it on the same level that you did. So we got to dumb it down for them.
Right. And literally, like, hey, we're gonna make the animation's gonna move a lot faster than it normally would, because it wasn't that fast when we were younger. So, and they were also gonna make the characters a little bit more down to y'all level.
Right.
And we're not gonna put complex situations in there that you wouldn't understand as a child. But
I'll give you a good example of a cartoon that worked as a remake, and I watched it, and because I watched it as a kid.
Don't say He-Man.
No.
Please don't say that.
Animaniacs.
Right, but wasn't it to me, I watched it too. To me, it was like just a continuation.
And that's the thing.
And that's why it worked.
That's why it worked, because they kept the same style, same type of jokes, just brought it to the 21st century and said, hey, this is us making fun of the 21st century now. Right? And it worked perfectly.
I watched every single episode.
Shows like that, it's like that shit could transcend time.
But see, I feel the same way with not to cut you off, like Beavis and Butthead, I think would work perfectly right here, right now.
And I don't think it would work just because music is not the same.
True.
Well, they don't have
true.
To.
No, that's...
But guess what? we don't watch music on TV no more. But what do we watch?
YouTube.
Memes.
But so okay. So the premise behind Beavis and Butthead is that they sat at home all day long watching music videos. Right. So how would you make that into the 21st century? Are they sitting at home watching YouTube?
Ain't that what kids do now?
Yep.
True. This is true.
It's an easy conversion. And then
they need to go ahead and bring back Daria too while we at it.
Actually, that's in the works.
They need to bring that back.
I like Daria.
I love Daria.
Right.
I thought both of them worked. When Daria was on Beavis and Butthead, I thought that shit was funny. It's you know, I think that whole universe is funny. But I just think Beavis and Butthead work because of the aspect of kids watching you, like being sucked into YouTube the way, you know what I'm saying? Like my son, he watch YouTube. Like, what you watching, man? What is that? He don't even know. He's just watching it because
Just
it was
watching
there.
that shit.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
It was the next video that came on.
Yeah, the next video that came on. So I can see Beavis and Butthead. I can see that happening with Beavis and Butthead. What else?
Kind of like where they're doing like a what's the name of that show? I can't think of the show. It's a show where they watch funny videos and then they talk about the videos. I forgot the name of it. They come on MTV.
Ridiculousness.
Yeah. It would be almost like that. So like Beavis and Butthead watching these videos, talking about the video, like they did the music videos when we used to watch Beavis and Butthead. So I can see, you know what? I can see that.
Let me tell you why I think that would never work.
Okay.
Because when you go back to Beavis and Butthead, I go back to the creator of Beavis and Butthead and Mike Judge.
Mhm.
Man, Mike Judge does not play that stupid shit. This man walked away from a show that won Emmys in King of the Hill because of the creative differences. He walked away from it.
He's also the guy who gave us basketball.
No, that was Trey Parker.
That was Trey. That was South Park.
He is the guy who gave
I thought it
us
was Mike Judge.
Idiocracy,
Idiocracy.
Office Space.
You sure that was Mike Judge who did baseball?
No, that was the South Park guys. Yeah.
And that's two other guys who their show, it could never be remade because it'll always transcend time. It'll always, if that show was to get canceled, it'll stay canceled for maybe a year or two, like Family Guy. It'll stay canceled for a year or two, and then Fox will say, well, we'll never get that fan base back if we try to remake it without these guys. So it'll always be the same thing. But these guys are talented enough to where they're like, hey, we can just make fun of, we can be the social commentary of social commentary. And it'll always work. South Park literally has a pass on everything. They're the only show to, I'm talking completely spit in the face of the Islamic religion and get away with it, dude.
Everybody,
Like, and get away
Because
with
it's
it.
South Park.
Because
it's South
been
Park.
that way for
they-
almost 30 years now.
When you kill Kenny every episode, I mean, you know.
They literally have a whole special to the COVID vaccine.
Yeah.
And nobody
said anything about it.
Nobody's upset about it because
Right.
it's like,
There go them South Park guys again.
right.
I'm gonna let XR, I'm gonna give him his shine on this. He says Hollywood doesn't like to portray women to be hot and sexy on screen. All they want are Karens, bitching and pushing men down. If they have sex scenes, it'll probably be LGBT. All right, okay, XR.
I mean,
But you know what? It's probably like XR. He keep it spicy on him, man.
I mean, you know what? Okay, so he sort of has a point. I mean, he sort of got a point. Like, most females that are in a dominating role or in a male leading role or in a leading role, they normally end up in scenes with other women. I mean, it's never like her, or I'm not saying never. I say it's very rare that you see a woman seducing a man and like, you know, taking over him, dominating him. It's always like, hey, we're gonna do this girl on girl scene with him watching, you know, and then he gets overtaken, you know, like, so I kind of feel him on that.
But isn't that to make him look stupid?
That's what I'm saying. That's the whole point is so that it's to catch him off guard. You know what I'm saying? So if you bring in another woman, like most men are going to be interested in that. Hey. And then he lets down his guard. And then next thing you know, boom, boom, boom. She done took him over.
My pushback on XR's comment about women, they don't want women to be hot and sexy, but then he said they want them to have sex scenes with LGBT. Isn't that like totally the opposite? Either way,
that's kind of an oxymoron, right?
Yeah. XR, women have always been sexual objects in Hollywood. That's not going anywhere. Whether it's LGBT
Women have always been sexual objects in history.
in history, that's
In
what I mean. Like,
history.
that's not going anywhere. I don't know what movies you've been watching, but Harley Quinn, come on, man. We just got Suicide Squad. She had sex with it was stupid sex, but she had sex with the general dude, right?
And then killed him.
And then killed him. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry.
You know what I'm saying?
My favorite scene.
We get a character called Black Widow.
Right.
You know what a Black Widow spider does?
Exactly.
Kills
Right.
her victims.
She mates with a male spider and then kills him.
Not
Oh,
only that, if you watch that movie, that whole movie was about female sex. Look at the way she moved, her skin tight. Look at Yelena, how she was, pouty lips, blonde hair, blue eyed. That's the epitome of sexiness for white culture, right? Leather clad, all white. Like, what do you mean they don't portray women to be hot and sexy? That's
right.
all I get in the movies that I watched. Have y'all seen *Malignant*?
Yes,
Not yet. I haven't watched it yet.
I have it. Movie review coming soon.
*Malignant*, man. I can.
Nah, we talking about women dressed in leather right now.
Right.
He hasn't seen it.
I'm one of those ones that I'll read reviews, so I know what happens. I
Hmm.
know about Gabriel. I know about all that already. I just haven't watched it yet.
You
Well,
just ain't
Gabriel's part of the movie. You watch it.
I will.
Watch it.
I will. I promise I will watch it. But I feel you though.
watching. JB says women spies had a rough time in the 50s. They may need to change the time setting for a female 007.
I think the female 007 is going to be during this time.
I think the
So
movie they're giving it's going to be a female 007 in this movie from
Correct.
what I'm reading about it. So yeah, I mean I don't have a problem with a female. I don't have a problem with a black 007, female 007. If it's just a code name, it could be done. My only issue is when it does come to a female 007 is since it's been men this whole time, she can't go after old 007 cases, if you understand what I'm saying.
Right.
Because he's now a she. If you
right,
and so
right.
those contracts, she have to be burned. Like that whole shit is burned now. She have to operate in a whole new area. That's the only thing.
But she gonna do it in some skin tight leather. How about that?
She gonna sweat and it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? She gonna powder lips. It's gonna be sexy. Trust me. Why wouldn't it be? It's not gonna be no saying Melissa McCartney, but it ain't gonna be her out there in some fucking baggy jeans and a fucking mom shirt. It's not gonna be that.
No.
Right.
I don't, you know what I'm saying? That's not gonna you can't sell that. Doesn't sell.
Not as 007.
Not as 007.
007 has a certain debonair and
Right.
sexiness to it, and you can't sell that when it's not that.
He says Black Widow isn't sexy anymore. The comics aren't sexy anymore. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Look.
She looks sexy to me.
Scarlett Johansson makes like sexiest woman list all the time.
Every year.
Every year.
All the time.
Every year.
Why would they have casted her if they didn't want a
Sexy.
sexy actress?
Maybe I'm watching the variant version of Black Widow,
Right.
and it's really Thor or something. I don't know, man.
Did you say Thor?
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Then you come back with this comment. A sexy female lead, Celine from Underworld.
Dog,
Yes,
everything we just said, skin tight leather.
She's in
Show
leather.
the curves. Yeah, come on, bro. Like,
That's not Black Widow.
She literally looks like Black Widow.
What are you talking about? Come on. This guy, man. I love you, XR, man. I love you, dog. I don't even know what to say, man.
right.
Oh man, but we'll go ahead and wrap it up, man. I think I've had enough chuckles for the night. Y'all got anything else y'all want to put out, man? Any quick hits y'all want to talk about?
Friday, with it being the first,
Okay.
we doing a review Friday.
Yeah. Let's
We doing people under the stairs still?
People under the stairs.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna just let y'all see that. We ain't got a comment.
Stop it. That's about 33 years old, bro. Like, stop it.
And wait, hold on, wait. But she's not. Do you know she's going on 50?
Right.
You do know that, right, XR? What's her name?
Kate Beckinsale.
Kate
is going on like 50. She started in the game late. I hope you know that. She started acting late. But either way, yeah. We can do people under the stairs. You want to do group people under the stairs?
Let's do that one as a group.
Okay, we'll do a group. People
Day 1, 31 days of horror.
Yeah. And get your solo videos ready so we can come. You know, because we got to hit them like this.
Yep.
True.
I'm starting tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. Get your stuff ready.
So are we like not gonna say a number in the video? We're just gonna be like
Just
31 days of horror. Today's movie is boom, 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 boom. Got it. Okay. All right. I can do that.
because it'll be each one of us will have one.
Yep.
Okay.
That day. So it'll be I'll give mine, you'll give yours, Kobe give his, and it could be the second day, third day, it doesn't matter. It'll be three. It'll be mine, it'll be yours, it'll be Kobe's. So we'll do that. We got 31 hits that we got to do for every day. You know,
Right.
So we're doing 31 apiece. Oh,
31.
I got to dig.
Yeah.
I got to dig because y'all got a copy of some of the movies I do.
No, we can you know, like I mean we because we got the franchises already that we want to do. So that's
Should we collab on our Wednesdays and Fridays for those days?
That's what I think. We collab
Okay.
on Wednesdays and Fridays.
Collab.
But if we're gonna do individual, we kind of come up with a list. If y'all got a few minutes after this, let's chat about it.
Yeah,
Bet.
we can do it. We can do it.
Okay.
All right, so let's wrap it up. Kobe's done saying what he had to say. Mika's done. I'm done. Hopefully y'all are done. I know XR is done. Hit me with that Scarlett Johansson's already out of her prime. And we'll be back Friday. Number one, first day of 31 Days of Horror. We'll be back with people under the stairs talking about that. I'm gonna have to get a whole presentation together for that.
Yeah.
You gonna have a slideshow and everything. You can be like
probably gonna watch
transitions.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and watch it. You know what I'm saying? We finna get into it. We finna
Gonna
get
break
into
that
it.
one down.
But yeah, if that's it, man, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you want to support, you can support. You know where to go at. Hit my Cash App or go to www.buymeacoffee.com/blueshouse. And that's it, man. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. So, peace.
Easy, be safe.
Yeah.
Son.